Hey, Rambo Ted here. I decided to go for a little walk today, and because I'm a strange person, I like to walk in cemeteries sometimes and just see what I can see. This cemetery is one I've never visited, even though I pass by it every day. And I'll tell you something that strikes me about this place is, and you can probably see it, there are always brightly colored fresh flowers on almost like all the graves, every one of them. I don't know if it's a service this cemetery offers or what, but it's always just kind of a joy to pass by and see all this. Because if it is something the cemetery offers, then it's really nice that they offer that for these people. Sure beats a barren, empty cemetery. I remember back when this cemetery was new. It's not a very old one. It's probably 30 years old. It has a few things that cemeteries here don't usually offer. One of those is actually has a mausoleum, which you don't see very often here in Texarkana anyway. That ahead of me is not really a mausoleum. It does have a bell tower on it, which I always thought was really cool. But it is I don't know, I always get confused on this. Do they call that a crypt? My friend Faith, who I put a video up about yesterday, because she rappelled off of a building downtown, is actually I think she's an apprentice funeral director now, which is quite an occupation. It's something she really wants and really loves, so that's kind of cool. But she could probably answer all these questions for me. But I don't know. I'm not sure what they call that. But it's definitely kind of interesting and neat. You don't see it here in Texarkana or really at hardly any cemeteries in the South that much. Inside the bell tower part, there's these niches for urns, which is kind of interesting. That's what I want. I don't really want to be buried in the ground. I'd rather be cremated and placed in an urn somewhere. You can, and honestly, take my ashes and dump them somewhere in the ocean or in the middle of the desert someplace would be really great. Not to be morbid or anything, but I've been thinking about that kind of thing a lot. I guess as you get close to 60 years old, you know, my birthday is 2 months away, and I will be 59, which is awfully uncomfortably close to 60. And you start to think about that thing. You start to think about how much time do you really have left, and how much time do you have to waste on things that are not getting you to the place you want to be in life. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. This is really cool. This is my first time back here, and I never knew that this wasn't a complete building. That it was as you can see up there, that it was a tower around this. I don't know what you call them. I'm going to call it a mausoleum. I'm probably wrong. I think a mausoleum is enclosed. I think this is something different. And somebody told me once, and I of course, immediately forgot, because that's who I am as a human being. Somebody's singing happy birthday. You can see up there that it appears the stone fell off of that one, and it appears to be right there. And I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's a piece of it that goes behind the stone. I don't know. I'm sure cemetery maintenance is a big concern and a big thing, though. Looking the other way now from the entry there, where you come underneath the bell tower. This goes back and splits off left and right. It's a little bigger than I thought it was. I'd only seen it from the road, which is quite a ways away, so from there it honestly looks like a complete building. I didn't realize it was open topped like this. I have been thinking a lot about where I am in my life, where I want to be in my life, and how much time I really have left, because you honestly start to feel like time's running out, you know? And I've put a lot of time and effort into different things in my life that really have not panned out for me. And I'm at a place now where I'm almost back where I started from when I was young, you know? I don't have as much to show for my life as I thought I would, but what I do have to show isn't material things. It's memories and love and just life experiences in general. So I don't really feel gypped, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel like I don't feel like I've missed out on much, and that's kind of funny. I kind of would have thought that I would after pondering on things and thinking about things, but I don't. And I don't regret any of the love I've ever given in my life. Even if it wasn't returned, I don't regret it. So hopefully you guys can all say the same thing. That's my sincere wish, is that you can say the same thing. Memorial there with the eagle on top for veterans is really nice. One regret I have is I had a chance to go into the Air Force as a young man, and I did not do it. And I kind of wish that I had sometimes. I might be a whole different person, though. But would that be a bad thing? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I'm not convinced I'd be a better person, though, for it. Maybe. There's a canopy. It's I'll just have to go over here and show it to you. It is it appears to be 4 pillars with vines and stuff growing that makes a canopy over the top, and there are 2 of these, one on each side of this mausoleum. Oh wow, I never knew where Scott's grave was. This guy was I wouldn't say he was a friend of mine. He was a acquaintance of mine who was a pilot here in Texarkana. In 2015, he was found in his home, the victim of a homicide, and it has still not been solved. And I just know somebody knows something, and I really wish people would come forward that know something. That's all I'm going to say. There's rumors and stuff, but yeah, Scott Roberts. Knew him not well, but I had shared a few drinks with him at a bar called Fat Jack's a few times, and seemed like a pretty decent guy to me. He was always very friendly and kind of the life of the party kind of guy, you know. Not in a wild way, but just in he seemed positive all the time. Didn't know his grave was here. That's another strange side effect of getting older, is you start to miss a lot of people. You start to I've lost count now of how many friends I've lost due to motorcycle wrecks, and I wish everyone would just wear a helmet. Man, just wear a helmet when you ride. That's my big wish for all my friends that ride motorcycles. Just put a helmet on. I know you think you look dorky, but you don't. You look all right. Trust me. But you know, that's people get to make their own choices in life, and that's a choice people make, and I'm missing quite a few people because of that choice. Here's the structure that I was talking about a minute ago. Pillars with some metal bracing at the top, and out in the wood, would you call those stanchions? Would those be stanchions? I'm not sure. I don't think so. They're probably bolted to a stanchion, though. But nice, peaceful little place to reflect underneath here. Yeah, nice, peaceful spot right here. Yeah, like I was saying, you start to think a lot about how much time you've spent on different things and doing things. And man, it would be real easy for me, looking back at my life, to have a lot of regrets. And I don't think I do, you know? I'm certainly not bitter about very many things. There are a couple, but mostly I have very few regrets about life. So that's a good place to be, I think. It's a better place to be than to have regrets. Plus, regrets get you nothing. Being bitter gets you nothing. You know, let stuff go. Let people be who they are. You know, friendships come and go. People come and go. Relationships evolve and change. And this is all something we have to get used to. So, man, I'm feeling like an introspective kind of guy this Sunday. but it's true. You live and you love and you do what you do. Now, I don't know that I will ever truly love again. Like, as far as, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love people and I love my friends. But as far as being in a relationship of any sort or being in love, I think that ship has passed for me. So I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, well, where do I go from here? And I think where I go from here is to be in love with myself a little bit and put myself first and realize that I had a conversation the other day with my friend Phoebe about how I a lot of times don't feel like I really deserve things. And she told me that you absolutely do deserve things. You deserve good things in your life. And she's right. She's 100% correct. 100%, as she always is. So, don't know where I'd be without her as a friend. She's pretty awesome. Because I tend to be a solitary kind of person. I don't have many friends. And that's a choice that you make. And some of the people that I really wish I were closer with are very busy. You know, and you know, they're living their life. So maybe it's time for me to concentrate on me. And what that means going forward, I do not know. I have no idea. But I know it's going to be different. A little bit different. And I'm a little nervous about it because I've always been a fixer or a helper or you know, I wanted to get other people to a point in their life. And I put myself on the back burner quite a bit. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm selfish in a lot of ways, and I have put myself first at times, maybe when I shouldn't have. But I think more so now because there's nobody but me and my cat basically dependent on me. So, I don't know. I just have to see where this whole journey goes in the next year or two. But there might be a lot of changes coming, and I hope so. To be honest, I want changes, and I want my life to be a lot different than it is right now. So yeah, this video is me walking around a cemetery being very self-centered. But I feel like you guys, like I know a lot of you, and I feel like a lot of you do care about me and kind of want to know where I'm going in life sometimes. So this is that's what this is about, I guess. That video I posted where yesterday, where my friend Faith rappelled off that building. She is a person who is going after what she wants in life, and letting nothing stand in her way. And I have to applaud her for that. I also said she raised a lot of money for CASA, and that kind of glossed over the truth. She raised the most money of anybody for CASA. And if you know, CASA is that for, it's an organization that helps kids who are going through rough times, and that's a good thing. That is a really good thing. Her and I spent a lot of time hanging out when we were both quite a bit younger than we are now. I mean, got some pretty fun stories. We had some fun. In fact, the first video I ever put up on YouTube has Faith in it. And man, she looks a lot different. I look a lot different because I weighed almost 100 pounds more than I do now. But yeah, it was. I forgot about that till just now, but yeah, that's the first video I ever put on YouTube, and it's not on this channel or anything. I'll have to dig it up and see if I can repost it, because I think people would get a kick out of it. It's pretty funny. We were so broke once riding around in my old Jeep that we scraped together some change and some money to afford a sandwich at a place that she loved these sandwiches, and we could afford a sandwich, so we split it. And now she's doing pretty good for herself. She's an apprentice funeral director. Oh, I'm gonna sit right here. And she worked her way up from being what they call a removal technician. It's all very strange, and it takes a special kind of person to want to do that work, and to, you know, the ability to deal with people who are having the worst week of their lives, you know, is a special ability. So I couldn't do it. I'd say the wrong thing. I'd make people mad. They wouldn't want me doing that job. But she does pretty good at it. She's gotten several scholarships and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then my friend Phoebe, who you see in my videos sometimes, quite a bit actually. She likes to run around and do crazy stuff with me too. She is works for a magazine here in town and writes stories and does photography and everything else. She's a pretty amazing human being. And I think that's part of my thing. I'm seeing these people, and most of my friends, for some reason, because I'm immature or whatever, are in their late 20s, early 30s, you know, maybe 40. And I'm quite a bit older, and I'm seeing these people achieve their dreams, and I've been in survival mode my whole life, you know. I've never worked to achieve a dream. At one time I wanted to be a rock star, and I had a wife and a child to raise. Man, I couldn't do it. I literally turned down a contract, and because that was the right thing to do at that time. So yeah, I think it's time for me to see what I want to do. I have a good job, and I like my job. But at some point, I'm gonna be thinking about retirement and getting away from that. And what am I gonna do? You know, I can't sit around the house. I won't be a good retired person, is what I'm saying. So hopefully, between all the different things that I have going, making money, including YouTube, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to have a little retirement money. I've got a 401k that I've got a little bit in. But yeah, that's my thing. I want to do YouTube. I want to, the goal is to get somewhere. I've done a lot of videos around here, and this is an area where you have to drive about 3 or 4 hours for anything interesting. And my goal, I think, is to move. My sister lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and that is so close to everything I love. I love the desert. I love everything about it. So my goal is eventually to get to Phoenix, Arizona, at some point. And if that means living in a camper, I'm going to do it. I mean, I want to make videos about that area, the desert. That whole area fascinates me and always has, and there's so much stuff out there. So much stuff. People think it's barren, and it is not. And it's open, and there are less people. And for me, even though I seem like an outgoing and kind of gregarious guy sometimes, I do like privacy, and I do enjoy being able to drive and not, have a pickup truck right on my bumper all the time, or somebody pulling out in front of me, or I like to get out on the road and just roll, And there's so much this town has got. Texarkana has grown a lot in a lot of ways, and one of the ways it's grown is traffic. The traffic here has gotten stupid, and it doesn't make sense for a town of this size to have this kind of traffic. And a lot of it's just because there are just a lot of bad drivers in the world nowadays. But I don't know. I think going west to a much less populated area is probably the best bet for me in my old age. I think part of the reason I'm feeling so reflective today is because it was just about a year ago that my last relationship ended, and I became a single man at 58 years old, or 57, I guess. I wasn't quite 58. So that's got me thinking about things. So it's been like a year. And at one time I was the kind of person who didn't think I could be alone, didn't think I would make it by myself. But, here I am. I'm still here. And I'm kind of thriving a little bit. I'm got my little apartment, got a cat, got a video channel here on YouTube that does incredibly poorly, but I don't really care. The people that watch it, I really appreciate you. So I don't know. I think the algorithm has changed again because everybody I know's views have dropped, and that's a whole other conversation. But it is what it is. You make do with what you got in life, man. What I have in life is a couple of really good friends who were there for me, and not in a bad relationship with my ex-girlfriend. We get along. We talk to each other all the time. So that's always nice. I don't think I could stand to be in a bad relationship with an ex where they were constantly trying to hurt me or talk bad about me to everybody, and I see that. I know several people that have been that way. Now this building here actually is a mausoleum, I believe. I think that's what you call it. They built that several years back. And there's one time a year when I'm going to have to get down here because the sun, which is setting that way, for like 3 days a year, the sun sets down on that end and streams through that window and out the front, and it looks amazing. And I missed it last year, so I need to get it this year. I think it's just as fall starts, if I remember right. But it makes an amazing photograph. It would make a great picture. It's kind of like a barn a little bit. I'm not sure if the door is open. I don't know if you can go in there or not. I would think you can, unless they don't use this. Unless this isn't a mausoleum and they use it for services. Maybe I'll take a look inside and see. No, it's open. Another missing stone up there. Yeah, a certain time of year the sun comes through there and then shines out those doors, and it's just amazing looking. That's how they get them up there, huh? You don't think about things like that. Definitely quiet in here. Anyway, that's about it for me. I've gabbed at you and talked your ear off long enough. But anyway, to people who are afraid I might be lonely and alone, don't worry, I'm really not. I have friends. I have man, I can talk to myself for quite a while. So, yeah. Life ain't too heck, man. Oh, I have to go over here and look at this. This is pretty cool. It's funny because looking at this from the back when I was over there in that mausoleum, and honestly, I thought it was going to be a statue of a Buddha, which would have been very unique in this town. So, to see who's paying attention this late in the video, I have a quiz for you. There's a line from a song where he says, "This interests me much more than wood, a muddy old river, or reclining Buddha." Can you name that song? It's a hit from the 80s. The singer was a sometime actor who I saw on an episode of a British television show not too long ago. So, anyway, I'll give you another line from it. I'd let you watch, I would invite you, but the queens we use would not excite you. Okay, that's enough. Can you figure it out from that? I'll bet you can. I'll bet you people that watch my channel, because most of you are around my age group, probably will recognize that song. Or you can cheat and Google it, but then you just know you're a cheater for the rest of your life, right? So you don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm out of here. This has been the Chapelwood Funeral Home is the place. This is, I think, Chapelwood Cemetery, if I remember right. But quite a place. Huge cemetery. Here, I'll turn the camera around. Hang on. I mean, it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes way, way back there. It goes. It goes for a while. So yeah, just want to drop in. Got my Star Wars shirt on. Just wanted to stop in and let you guys know kind of where my brain was at here lately and what's going on with me. Yesterday's video was kind of uncharacteristic for me, but I really wanted to document my friend rappelling down that building because I think it's pretty amazing. One, that she raised so much money for CASA, and two, that she did that, and while doing it, was literally laughing and joking with another person rappelling. Like, she was not, there was no fear. She is scared to death of horses, though. I got her to pet one once. It was amazing. But yeah, costs nothing to be nice, my friends. Nothing. Costs nothing to be a good person in somebody's life when they need you. And if you're busy and you can't be there for a person, just tell them you're busy and can't be there for them. Most people will understand. So, I'm lucky. I have a few people. So, anyway, costs nothing to be nice. Costs nothing to be a good person. Costs a little bit of your sanity sometimes to be good to some people, but that's okay. We're all a little crazy. We're all mad here anyway. So, all right. I'll catch you in the next video. I believe I'm going to do something pretty special. The 10-year anniversary of Prince passing away is Tuesday, and if you know me at all, you know I was a huge Prince fan from an early age, from high school even. So if be on the lookout. I believe I'm going to put one up Tuesday about that. Then next week, I'm actually babysitting Paula, me and my ex-girlfriend's dog. But I think I'm also going to the Pittsburgh Hotling Festival. So I'm going to take her with me. I think Phoebe has said she'd go with me too to help me wrangle her. So, yeah, it's going to be a good day. But yeah, look out Tuesday. I'm going to put probably won't be a long one, but I'm going to put up a video about what Prince meant to me and why he kind of saved my life. So anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Be good to each other.